So utilizing the trading plans that I disclosed in yesterday's video, which is something I highly recommend you watch before you watch this video, we ended up making an absolute killing within the market today trading those plans. I ended up buying PayPal put options when the gap filled at $73 and it had a small reversal where it dropped 40 cents. And we made a 16% profit return within that 40-cent drop, selling it at the exact lows. Many traders made $500, $1,500 profit on that one trade alone. And it did not stop there, because the next trade that I made was buying call options on SPY at the exact low, calling that it was going to have a major reversal. Made a nice $4,000 profit overall doing that twice, buying the dips on that bullish 30-minute candlestick. And then it didn't stop there, because we called out call options before FOMC and we called out call options on the retest. If you utilized that information in yesterday's video, you should have had a phenomenal green day today. I'm telling you, man, I am truly shocked if you had a red day today and you decided to utilize that information, because that information and those plans that I put out made people money. And that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you how to consistently make money within the stock market using unique price action trading strategies. Trading the chart, trading the daily chart, trading the 1 minute time frame, trading the 30-minute patterns. During this bootcamp session, I'm going to show you exactly how we are consistently making money within the market. Let's get straight into it. So first things first, I got to give a shout out to one of the moderators within Trader Society. As of now, we have 10 moderators within Trader Society out of the 1,600 members that we're currently pushing. And this was his trading plan. This is the value that our mods bring within this chat. This was his plan. This was posted in the pre-market at 8:30 a.m. Look at his levels. Wait for a 5-minute wick near 555.20 to 455.44 to enter puts. That was a great entry to day trade puts. It was literally the exact highs, before FOMC. And then right here, best level for puts is 456.40. His best level was the exact high on the day. You can't get a better level than that. Wait for a 5-minute wick near 453.80, which was literally the lows on the day for calls. He absolutely crushed it with that trading plan. I want to give credit where credit is due, and big shout out to Walnut Man. That was the best trading plan posted within the Discord today. Now, in terms of our trades, our first trade for the day was PayPal put options. Go back and watch yesterday's video so you understand why I entered PayPal put options. If you go to my real-time trade alerts here, something we do differently is we actually trade our plans. We don't just make plans and set price alerts. We make our plan, we set our price alert. If we get a confirmation, we enter the trade. And that's exactly what we did. Right here at 9:42 a.m., I decided to buy PayPal put options. At 10:04 a.m., I sold those put options for a 16% win at the exact lows. Several members made a quick $500, $1,000 profit. Uncle made $1,500, 3 times the cost of the program currently. Absolutely crushing it within Trader Society. If you take a look at PayPal right here, you can visually see the strategy worked for scalping. Our plan was to wait for the gap to fill, and the gap was at $73. You could have even tried puts at market open if you got into the exact open for a quick profit right there. And once the gap closed, it formed a bearish red trend reversal candlestick at the gap, meaning it's going to try to have a reversal. Plus, it already crashed on the day. So that was already great confirmation for me to start trying puts, because it's towards the high of day retest. It's closing the gap. It's going to try to have a reversal. Initially, I got squeezed. My puts were down 5% on this small move up. I continued to hold my puts, and I sold them at 10:04 a.m. The reason why I sold my puts here is because this is previous resistance. The SPY had a breakout above this previous resistance level, which means when the SPY retraces back to this previous resistance, it's going to try to spike. So I sold my puts right here at 10:04 a.m. for a 16% win. Imagine putting in $10,000 into a trade and you make $1,600 back just like that within 15, 20 minutes. So that was a phenomenal trade on puts. Another reason why I sold my trade on puts is because of the 30-minute chart. If you visually look at the 30-minute chart, you can see at a very similar support level, what did PayPal start to do after it formed this bearish red trend reversal candlestick? It started to go bullish on the day. And as you can see, the same type of 30-minute bearish trend reversal candlestick ended up forming right here, which is why I sold my puts, because the 30-minute pattern said it was going to try to spike. I told members and I brought awareness to that 30-minute pattern. Many of them did call options after that, and they banked on calls as well. They banked both ways. Now, in terms of SPY, I called SPY calls at the exact low of day. Look at this, man. Look at this play I had on SPY calls. At 10:57 a.m., I'm in SPY calls. It has a small drop. I added to my SPY calls at 10:59 a.m. I told my team at 11 a.m. the SPY was going to have a strong bullish reversal. And the reason why I said that was utilizing the 30-minute chart. So I'm going to explain to you on why I believed the SPY was going to have a strong reversal at 11 a.m. So let's get into this. Using the 30-minute chart, what I did was I looked at the chart, and to me, this is what it looked like. It looked like SPY gap down. So SPY gap down, that means it ended up opening up lower than it previously closed. And then I noticed it was dropping. It was selling off. And you could see it did the same thing here. Very similar pattern. Notice how it's dropping for 90 minutes straight. Notice how it's dropping for 90 minutes straight. Notice how it's at the same price. So are you seeing the similarities? Let me know. Are you seeing these similarities, right? Very, very similar pattern, right? Now I want you to look at these candlesticks. Look at this candlestick right here, and then look at this candlestick right here in the middle. Do you see how they're similar? Do you see how they look identical? Do you see how they're at nearly the same price? And then what happens next 30 minutes? It forms a red bearish candlestick, and look at how they're shaped. Do you see how this red bearish candlestick is shaped the exact same way, literally at the exact same price to this bearish red candlestick right here? Do you see that? See how the top looks identical to this top, the bottom looks identical to this bottom? So this tells me that history is starting to repeat itself, and there's a pattern that's beginning to develop. It basically dropped for an hour and 30 minutes straight. It was dropping sideways. The 30-minute candles looked identical. So what that tells me is that the SPY is forming a pattern, and history is repeating itself. So what did the pattern say once the SPY was done closing and forming this third red bearish candlestick? And it looked like this in the middle. That's the key. It looked a specific way. It looked identical. See how this right here looks identical to this right here? Well, what did it say? It said that the next 30 minutes are going to go super bullish, and it could have a strong bullish reversal. That's why I told my team I was super bullish. And it also said it's going to try to bottom at the exact low of the previous 30-minute candle, which is why I was buying call options when this 30-minute candlestick closed. I was buying calls. Well, Will, what's your risk if you're doing that? My risk is if history doesn't repeat itself. So for history to repeat itself, it needs to bottom at the previous low of the 30-minute candle. So that would mean it needs to bottom right here at 454.05. So I would risk a little bit under that. And what I would do is I would get in at the low of that because that's where it bottomed last time. And if it has a small drop and then it spikes a little bit, it forms a bullish confirmation, I would add and I would scale into the position. And that's exactly what I did. And surely enough, it had a strong bullish reversal. And it did not end there because I told my chat that this was likely going to spike and retrace back to 455. I told him right here when I was calling calls at the exact lows, this is going to 455, super bullish reversal. Everybody banked on that play. And then I told him before FOMC, people were asking me, what do you think about it before? I told him the chart is bullish. It's probably going to go to 455. It went all the way to 457. Then after that, we ended up hitting calls again. We hit calls again on the low of day retest. If you watch my video yesterday, you should have absolutely banked if you implemented my FOMC trading plan. You'll see a lot of people on YouTube talk about FOMC, what this guy is saying, the numbers, la-di-da-di-da. We trade the chart and we trade price action. I will use that same plan every single time I trade the SPY. It's the same exact plan for FOMC. I wait for the coin to be tossed. I wait for the bears or the bulls to get trapped. So what I told you guys to do was at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., you need to identify the level where the bears or bulls got trapped. And this was the level. It was right here. This is the level. Once FOMC hit, you take the low of this candle, 453.80. This was the level where Walnut Man said at 8:30 a.m. to be buying calls, literally the exact low. So anyways, the point is the bears got trapped and they got absolutely destroyed multiple times at 453.80. So when you see, oh, FOMC is coming out, the bears just got destroyed at 453.80, what was the plan? The plan was, if you watch the video, to buy calls at the exact low of the retest. So if it retests back to the low of that, very nice bottom bullish, 5-minute candle wick right there. Very nice, very, very bullish 30-minute wick right here. See this bullish 30-minute wick, the bottom of this? When it retests that, you buy calls. Surely enough, whenever the SPY retested that, it would either bottom at that exact level or it would go a little bit lower. And the beauty of it going a little bit lower is it is going to stop out all of the losers who don't understand that this would be a gift for it to go lower because the most likely outcome is it's going to spike from this level. So they're going to try to scare everybody out first. They're going to try to burn premiums, theta decay. They're going to try to burn the calls. They're going to try to get everyone fearful when you should be greedy and adding into your calls or just holding your calls. That's what you should be doing in reality. This is why the stop loss situation just doesn't work. Stick with your play and know your play. The play was to buy the calls if the bears got trapped. The bears got trapped here. This is where you buy calls. If it drops a little, you can add, right? So that was the game plan. And as you can see, that worked multiple times. If you just visually look at this chart, if you were to utilize that game plan that I posted in yesterday's video, just simply identify who got screwed. And you can see the bears got screwed multiple times at 454, 453.80. All you do is just buy the retest, buy the retest, buy the retest. It worked out absolutely phenomenally, and we did it 3 times in total. We absolutely crushed it on calls. So those are the main trades. Those are the main plays. I did not do put options once. I do have to give credit where credit was due. Walnut Man had the best level possible for put options. That's why I'm giving him a lot of credit, because his trading plan today was truly unreal. So I'm giving a big shout out to him. And he absolutely crushed it in terms of his trading plan. Now, I want to give a big shout out to Sniper Trading, top sniper within the Discord server of Trader Society. He now has his own program. This is the guy I partnered with. He has his own Discord server now. This guy absolutely crushed it. Live on stream, he bought puts at the exact top. Him and Jim C. Jim C's now in his chat as well. And these guys made a 2-point return. SPY dropped 2 points. They absolutely killed it. I didn't play the short side. My plan today was to play the long side. I was waiting to see who got trapped, and I noticed that the bears are the ones that got trapped first, so I kept buying the retest. And then I explained to you my reasons for buying calls this morning, and I explained to you my reason why buying PayPal options. Everything that I provided within that video in terms of the trading plans that I disclosed absolutely banked. So it just blows my mind how people aren't taking advantage of it, man. That's why I tell people, don't join Trader Society if you're not getting enough value. If you're asking me for a fucking coupon coin, that's just, if you're asking me for a coupon code, that's just disrespect at this point. I'm providing money-making information. I'm providing money-making plans. There's your coupon code. If you cannot use the value that I provide within these videos to make money within the market, then don't join the program. We don't want you here. If you can't be self-sufficient and take action and take advantage of the patterns and what you're learning from these videos, and you're not taking action, don't join. We don't want people who are just going to join the program, waste time, try to blindly follow alerts. We don't want that. Become self-sufficient, make money, earn value, then join the program. You should be able to make some money before you even join the program. I tell people this all the time. So anyways, that's the little rant that I have to say about that. Utilize the videos, utilize the information, execute on this. But I'm telling you, this chat that we have is absolutely unreal, man. There's literally nothing like this community with the analysis and the alerts that we are providing. It's truly insane, man. I'm telling you, the call outs and the plays that we had today, it was absolutely unreal. Literally calling out calls from the exact lows multiple times within the day. And we now have a modded server where just the moderators can talk, and people are absolutely loving that. It filters out all the noise, and it just shows the best traders, the best information, the best calls out, stuff like that. That's now called the SPY mod server. So yeah, we're working on some big improvements within the Discord. There's going to be some very, very big updates with multiple roles, trading bots. A lot of things are coming soon. I can't talk too much about it, but we're looking forward to upgrading the server and upgrading that, especially now that we've established multiple moderators within the program who are successful and consistently making 6 figures a year, if not 7 figures a year. So with that being said, that was the overall recap and the plan for SPY. The reason why I didn't do puts is because I wasn't trying to catch a top. I told you, I'm going to wait for someone to get trapped, and I noticed that the bears got trapped first, so all I did was buy the retest multiple times, made my profit, right? That's how I played FOMC. I didn't want to be the guy who was going to try to predict the top. Now, the people who did play puts, they absolutely crushed it. They crushed it, and they literally got in at the exact top. Now, I just don't want to be that guy unless I have that strategic plan. Now, I did say in yesterday's video, a key level and one of the best levels for puts was 457 to 458, but it was mainly 458. That's the level that I really liked for puts, was 458, but I did also mention 457. But like I said, I'm not trying to be that guy to just blindly predict the top like that, but if you know how to do it and you have a strategy that allows you to do it, then go for that. I have a strategy where I can do that, but in this situation, it wasn't that type of situation. Calls absolutely killed it for me, so I did not do any puts today. Top Sniper absolutely crushed it on puts. He's someone, he trades both ways. I've mainly been doing calls throughout the past couple months, but I've been doing puts once in a while, but I've absolutely hated puts the past months. I haven't been doing them. But this guy, literally against the trend, he will get in at the exact top of the SPY and the exact bottom of the puts, and he'll bank on it. He'll do it very, very quickly. It works out extremely well for him. I just like to focus on the overall trend, but in this situation, the overall trend did flip bearish, but then it flipped bullish once it hit our level within our trading plan. Wait for the bears to get trapped, buy the retest, right? So that's that. And like I disclose all the time, whenever you see these 30-minute bullish wicks right here, SPY loves to go back up and retest. That's why I said before FOMC, SPY is going to go to 455. Because if you've been watching my videos for months now, I literally say, whenever SPY is at a key support level and it forms this 30-minute bullish wick, and you see the high of that wick waiting to hit, it's going to try to retest and spike back to the high of the wick, and then it's going to try to break out. And surely enough, that's what happened. And then, well, how do you know that was a key support level, right? You know it's a key support level because look at the low of day. This right here is where the bears got trapped, right here at 454. When we bought calls right here at the exact low at 11 a.m., we were pushing calls at the exact low. We called the bottom of a 90-minute crash. It dropped for 90 minutes straight. We called the exact bottom after crushing PayPal calls. And then I told him before FOMC, it's going to spike to 455 plus. And the reason why I said that was it kept bottoming at all of these wicks at the low of day, which is a bullish level. And then also using the 30-minute patterns that I teach. If you listen to what I've been teaching, I made it very, very clear. Whenever SPY forms one of these 30-minute like wicks, these 30-minute trend reversal candles, it tends to spike back up to the high of the candle if it's at support. And it was at support because that was the low of day. And if you just visually look at the chart, it's the truth, man. Every single time it forms one of these 30-minute wicks. This was a 30-minute wick right here, the high of this. It bottoms right here at some support, and then it spikes higher to retest the wick. This was a 30-minute wick right here. It bottoms, and then it retests the wick. Go back throughout the past month, go back through March. See how many times it did that on the 30-minute chart. Such an easy strategy to take advantage of. Right here, same fucking candlestick. This is the 30-minute wick, and then the candle closes, and then it retests the high of the wick, right? It does it all the time with these green bullish candlesticks. We hit that trade all the time. Whenever SPY's at support and it forms one of these 30-minute bullish wicks like this, we expect it to go back to the high of the wick. So if it's at support, we buy it. If it's at major resistance, we avoid it because we don't want to buy calls at major resistance. We're not taking that risk. Wait for it to drop a little bit lower, right? So with that being said, that's how we absolutely crush the SPY on the day. Now, what's the game plan for tomorrow? The game plan for tomorrow is going to be very simple as of now. This is what I could provide to you in advance. So what we're currently looking at is we're seeing a lot of resistance at this 456.50 to 457 level. Now we do have this like middle-ish candle. So this is what I'm going to say in advance. In terms of your levels for puts, you need to be focusing on levels that have not been tested yet. So if you want to try to short for a quick scalp, you buy puts, you get in, you get out very, very quickly like we do. We are scalpers. That's what we do. We scalp like snipers very, very quickly within minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, super quick, lightning speed, right? This is what you're going to want to do for puts. A phenomenal and one of the best levels for puts is 458. Look at the high of this. The high of this is 458.12, 458, 458. Tons of resistance at 458. We absolutely love that level for scalping puts. On the initial reaction, when it hits 458, if the puts go out of the money, they should go back to in the money. So if you buy the puts out of the money, say the price goes above 458, you buy puts, they should go right back to the money and they should bank, right? So that's our game plan. Puts at 458. Now, what is our next best level for puts? Our next best level for puts is going to be right here. There is a gap to fill above at 461.55, one of the highest gaps to fill above on the daily chart. This is where the SPY is going to try to drop and have a reversal. If you see a trend reversal candlestick on the daily chart right before the market closes, or you see a bearish daily candlestick right before the market closes, that's confirmation of swing puts from this level. So save this information as time goes on, set your price alerts. So 461.55 will be our next best level for puts. So if 458 breaks out, turns into support, that means you're risking it going to 461.55 because that's the next bracket. And we don't take those fucking risks. If it reacts to support, we get the fuck out and cut our loss and we wait for the next level, right? You got to learn that. So anyways, that's the game plan. 458, 461.55 in terms of the videos that I can provide to you. Now, in terms of call options, what would be some of our key levels for call options? Well, this is a very nice bottom wick. I'm liking this level right here. This is going to be 453.50. 453.50, very, very strong support. I like buying calls at that level. I'm going to keep a very close eye on 454 as well. That's another key level for calls. Right now, we're towards the upper middle of the channel. And as you know, fuck the middle. We don't like trading the middle. Nothing great comes from the middle. Nothing extraordinary is going to come from the middle. You want to know what the middle is? It is a battle for a war that cannot be won. You should write that down. You cannot win within the middle. It's going to be small wins and bigger fucking losses. The risk to reward is trash. It's not a good entry, and you should avoid the middle. And you need to understand we are towards the upper middle of the channel. And for puts, you're going to want to wait for 458, 461.80. Those are key levels that have not been tested. That's the best way to play puts in this market. If you've been studying where have puts have been banking, they've been banking for the first time a key level hits on the daily chart that has not been tested yet. It hasn't been tested in over a year. 458. 461. It's been working every single time. I get it. There's people saying, oh, SPY just goes up. It goes up. It goes up. We scalp. It goes up every day. Good. You could scalp against the trend. You could scalp for reversals. You can make money on puts. And the way to fucking do it is to wait for levels that have not been tested on the daily chart. 458, 461.55, gap close reversal, right? So right now we're towards the middle. I can't say too much, but what I will say is I gave you the levels for puts, and in terms of calls, I'm looking at 453.50, bottom of this wick. I'm looking at 454, not the best, but I'm keeping an eye on it. You got a lot of nice bottom wick support right here, but I love that 453.50 level. And in terms of other levels for calls, I absolutely love this gap at 452.20. I love the gap at 452.20, and I still love my lower oversold levels that have never been hitting within this market, but I haven't been missing out thanks to understanding how bull and bear traps work. You know, when the bears get trapped here and there's a bullish 30-minute bottom candle, I just buy the retest like we did on FOMC today, right? I had no fucking clue I was going to be buying calls at 454 today, but my 30-minute pattern right here told me to buy calls, and that's exactly what we did. And then it worked, and then we noticed, oh, wow, this is a bullish pattern. My 30-minute strategy told me to play calls before FOMC. And we did play calls slightly after FOMC because we didn't want to toss the coin, but we did end up buying a dip in this 30-minute candle, and we sold into the rip. And then when it dropped all the way back down to 454, we played calls again. So absolutely crushed it, just utilizing and understanding 30-minute candlesticks and understanding where the bears are getting trapped at key support. So we will continue to identify those levels. We will continue to wait for 30-minute chart patterns to develop. We will continue to wait for bear and bull traps. That is in terms of what is that we do. In terms of these videos that I make, I share with you the bull and bear traps, what to look for. I share with you the 30-minute trading strategy, some tips and tricks. I recap the trades. And I'll give you the key levels that have not been tested, right? I can't say too much because we're in the upper middle. I gave you our new key levels that have not been tested yet. Those are the ones that I can provide in this video. Now, obviously, when I'm trading live, I will be making trades live off of the fly that have nothing to do with the prices in my videos, but they do have to do with the strategies that I teach in my videos, the 30-minute patterns, the bull and bear traps. But in terms of the levels, I will make trades in the chat that have nothing to do with the levels in the videos because I have multiple strategies. I have strategies where I will play calls or puts on levels that have not been tested yet, like 452. I love calls. 458. I love puts. 461.50. I love puts, right? So I can provide that in advance. Now, in terms of these patterns, I can recap and I can teach you these patterns, but I can't sit here in this video and say, well, this pattern's going to form here. No, that's all visual. That happens in real time. If I see a pattern and I capture it with my eyes, then I will alert that to my team in real time. I wait for something to develop. I waited 90 minutes for SPY to drop, and I called the exact lows with calls, just looking at a simple pattern. I had no idea I was going to do that in my video. I had no idea I was going to buy calls at 454, but I studied the pattern. And the way I saw that pattern was, this is a bullish reversal. And that's what we do in the chat, man. That's what you need to understand, man. These are just the videos. We're recapping the trades. We're teaching the strategies. You can use these strategies at other levels if you understand how to wait for the bulls and the bears to get trapped, if you understand the 30-minute trading strategies. But we call this in thin air. And what you need to understand about this trading strategy in terms of what I'm using, this is all visual. And a way I can describe it is we are visually identifying patterns that are beginning to repeat themselves. We identify a pattern that is repeating itself. We are identifying that, okay, this is what happens when the SPY is at this key specific level, when it forms this specific pattern. This is what happens when the SPY looks this way throughout the past 1 hour, throughout the past 90 minutes of these 2 to 3 30-minute candlesticks in a row. It's been repeating this same pattern from, let's say, July 17th, June, we go with like 30 days. I've been telling you, the way I've been capturing all these 30-minute patterns is mainly just by looking at the 10-day, 30-minute. Now, if you don't see anything, you can go further back. But I like the short-term chart when I'm looking at the 30-minute. I will look at the 10-day, 30-minute, and I will look for patterns to develop. And if a pattern hits at a key level or at an oversold level where the bears got trapped today, where the bulls got trapped today at an overbought resistance level, then I will take and execute the trade. So this is a great trade we had as well. Right here, this was one of the analysis that we dropped as well. I said, SPY just retested the high of day. This is where the bulls got destroyed in the morning, right? So when it retested the high of day and it closed this 30-minute red, guess what I told my team? I told my team, the next hour, this is probably going to drop and go bearish. And surely enough, next 30 minutes, it had a very nice drop. See how predictable that is? Why would you be in call options if it retests the high of day and forms a red bearish 30-minute? Why the fuck would you be in call options? That's a bearish confirmation at a high of day retest. It's at the worst level possible on the day currently, retesting the highs where the bulls got trapped, and it just formed a red bearish 30-minute confirmation. Right here, it dropped, forming the same candlestick, but it was green. So what, you think it's going to do fucking better now that it's red? No, it's going to do fucking terrible. This is so predictable. You guys need to get in the program. Get in Trader Society. Look, I'm going to be very, very blunt at this. The program is closing end of July. We are shutting down the program to the public. You will not be able to join until we reopen it up. Once we reopen up the program, after we get members, even better results, after we upgrade the servers and make the Discord server a lot better with all the upgrades that we're planning to do, along with the ones that we just did, it is going to be a lot more expensive. This is going to turn into a program that costs thousands of dollars every single year. This is the best time to get in. It is a one-time fee and it is lifetime access. If you want to invest into your trading career, into yourself, it's also a tax write-off. This is the best time to do it. It is the best deal. It is the best price. This is a hidden gem. This is something you're never going to see again, man. I'm telling you, when we reopen up this program, it is going to be a lot more valuable and a lot more expensive. So if you invest with us right now, if you're lucky enough to be watching this video, get in the program now. We will be shutting it down end of July. We'll be working with members on a closer basis. We will be upgrading Trader Society. And when we do decide to reopen up the program, which will likely be in 1 to 2 months, could take a little longer, we'll have to see. But once everything is upgraded, and we will continue to upgrade as time goes on, we're going to reopen up the program. It's going to be a lot more expensive. It will likely be annually recurring as well, not one-time fee, not lifetime access. It's likely going to turn into an annual recurring program, and it's going to be extremely high quality. We will likely situate it where you have to fill out an application to even join the program and hop on a phone call and get interviewed and stuff like that. That will likely be down the road. But what I'm telling you is, in terms of the long term, this is going to turn into a high quality program where we're going to be charging thousands of dollars per year. If you get in right now, it's a one-time fee, it is lifetime access, and you are grandfathered in for a lifetime. So we're leaving off at that, man. I'm done selling myself short. We're ready to take things to the next level, and we're ready to invest back heavily into this program to make it the best program that it needs to be. For those of you who cannot afford Trader Society, we are going to be launching Sniper Trading very, very soon. We're going to be launching it to the public very, very soon. Sniper Trading is a program where the lead moderator, basically the best sniper, one of the best scalpers within Trader Society, who is a moderator, started his own program. And I partnered with it, and we partnered together on this program. Basically, we've identified a problem. And the problem is, for some people, Trader Society is not affordable. They have to save a lot of money. They have to wait a lot of time to join it, right? So we're going to fill a gap that we identified. And what we're going to do is, we're going to make people money if they can't afford to join Trader Society. We're still going to make them money. It's going to be a small monthly recurring fee, and you could trade with one of the top traders within Trader Society who is in Trader Society from day one. And it is built for small accounts, medium accounts, large account. And the goal is to not only educate you, make you self-sufficient, make you financially free, but if you like, you don't have to, but our goal would be to upgrade you to Trader Society. We strongly believe if you do decide to join Sniper Trading, You can become successful, and you will have more than enough money potentially to join Trader Society with the results that you get as time goes on. So that's our goal. It's going to be used as a stepping stone to make you financially free, to make you self-sufficient, and also upgrade you to Trader Society. Now, in terms of some of the differences, sniper trading, you get access to one moderator. You get access to one person. Trader Society is a network. This is where you're going to get access to people who are worth multi-six figures, to multi-millionaires, to the 10 moderators within the chat. And we're going to continue to build and create high-quality moderators, high-quality self-sufficient traders who are on the path to 6 to 7+ figures, to multi-7 figures. That's what we're going to be doing. So Trader Society is the top. It's the network. It is the place where you want to be. But if you cannot afford it, you can join Sniper Trading. So I'm going to leave it off at that. If you want to join Trader Society, it's the first link down below in the description. This will be closing end of July. And once we reopen it back up, it's going to be a lot more upgraded and a lot more expensive. And there will likely be an application along with interviewing process. Now is the time to upgrade. And we have the connections, the knowledge, and the education to do so. And we are ready to take things to the next level. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off. I will see you guys within the chat. We're going to absolutely crush it tomorrow.